My loving audience take my love and subscribes my channel. And dive B&B stories. Do you ever get that feeling that things are just a little too perfect? Like you're living in a beautiful dream. But in the back of your mind, you're just waiting for the alarm clock to go off and ruin everything? Well, if you've been watching the latest drama on The Bold and the Beautiful, you know that Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp were definitely living in that dream. They had this little bubble of bliss going on, didn't they? They were tucked away in Taylor's office, sharing a private moment, basically acting like the rest of the world didn't exist. But here's the thing about bubbles in Los Angeles, they always pop. And on Wednesday it didn't just pop, it was basically detonated by the one person nobody wanted to see. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Sheila Carter is back, and she didn't come to play. Did you see the look on their faces? When the door opened and Sheila just strolled in, Taylor and Deacon looked like they'd seen a ghost. Actually, seeing a ghost probably would have been less scary for them. Sheila admits right away that seeing them together hurts. It hurts more than she thought it would. Can we just stop for a second and talk about that? Sheila Carter, a woman who has survived more deaths than we can count, actually showing a bit of a human heart? Or is that just another layer of the game? I want to know what you guys think about that. Is Sheila genuinely hurt? Or is she just using her emotions as a weapon to make them feel guilty? Because let's be real, Sheila is a master at making herself the victim even when she's the one holding all the cards. Deacon tries to play it cool, telling her that they don't want to see her heart. He's trying to set a boundary, but come on, this is Sheila. She's sure they want to act like she doesn't exist. She's sure they want her to just fade into the background while they play house. But she makes it very clear. She's not going to be ignored. Not anymore. Now think about the history here. Sheila has been through so much with these people. She's the woman who once treated a gun like it was part of her outfit. So when she reaches into her bag, Taylor and Deacon don't just get nervous, they literally yelp. They scream, "Don't do it!" Because they're 100% sure a weapon is coming out. Honestly, can you blame them? If Sheila Carter reached for a napkin in her purse, I'd probably dive under the table too. But the funny thing is, it wasn't a gun. She whips out the divorce papers. She even mocks them a little bit, saying she guesses they thought she had a gun. It's such a classic Sheila move, isn't it? She uses their own fear against them. She knows exactly what kind of reputation she has, and she loves playing with it. It's like she's saying, I could have killed you, but look how nice I'm being. But here's the kicker. She brought the papers, but she hasn't signed them. And we all know that in the world of soaps, an unsigned document is basically a leash. She's keeping Deacon tied to her, and she's doing it on purpose. Why do you think she's holding on to that marriage? Is it really love? Or is it just a way to keep her foot in the door of their lives? Sheila reminds Deacon that she doesn't actually want a divorce. She says she gave a lot to their marriage, and thinks she deserves something in return. Now I have to ask you, what exactly did she give? Was it the time she spent at Il Giardino wearing a hairnet? Or was it the months where she didn't shoot anyone? In Sheila's head, not being a criminal for a few months is a huge sacrifice that deserves a reward. It's that classic narcissist logic, right? I was good, so now you owe me. And Taylor and Deacon are just sitting there, nervously waiting for the other shoe to drop. They know a request is coming. And they know it's not going to be something simple like a box of chocolates. Then comes the special request that changed everything. Sheila looks Taylor right in the eye and tells her she wants to be friends. Can you imagine? After everything they've been through, she wants to be buddies. But it's not about friendship, is it? She wants Taylor to advocate for her. She wants Taylor to use her influence as a psychiatrist and a grandmother to get her closer to Finn and little Hayes. She tells Taylor it's the least she can do, because Taylor took her husband. Wow. Just think about the audacity of that line for a second. Sheila is basically bartering her husband for access to a child. It's a total quid pro quo situation. You keep the man, I get the kid. What do you think about Taylor's reaction here? She laughs nervously and says she'll do her best. I don't know about you, but that feels like a huge betrayal of Steffy. Taylor knows how much Steffy fears this woman. She knows Sheila shot Steffy and Finn. And yet, because she's so caught up in her romance with Deacon, she's actually considering helping Sheila. Is Taylor being a good doctor by believing in rehabilitation, or is she just being a terrible mother? It feels like she's trading her grandchildren's safety for a signed divorce decree, so she can have her happy ever after with Deacon. Do you agree with me on that? Or do you think Taylor is just trying to survive the moment? Sheila's demands are very specific. She wants 2 days a month of monitored time. She's trying to sound reasonable. She's trying to sound like she's changed. She even points out that she didn't go back to her dark ways, even when Deacon cheated on her. It's like she's asking for a gold star for not committing a crime. But we've seen this movie before, haven't we? Sheila starts small. She starts with monitored visits, and just a few hours. But before you know it, she's the one holding the gun or the poison. She tells Taylor that nobody has to fear her anymore. Do you believe her? Because I'm pretty sure the audience was screaming at the TV at that point.
And then we get that chilling warning. When Taylor says she can't imagine Steffy ever changing her mind, Sheila gets that look in her eyes. You know the one. She tells Taylor that Steffy had better imagine it. That's not a request anymore. That's a threat. She's basically telling Taylor that if she doesn't get what she wants, things are going to get ugly. It's such a calculated move. Sheila is using Taylor as a Trojan horse. She wants to get into the Forrester family through the one person who is currently compromised by their own feelings. She knows Taylor wants that divorce finalized, so she can be with Deacon without the scandal, and she's using that desire to rip the family apart from the inside. Let's talk about Deacon for a second. He's standing there, and the sources say he actually defends Sheila a little bit. He wants to believe she's on the right path. Is he being naive, or is he just trying to keep the peace? He's the one who is telling Taylor that Sheila was moving on and living with a mysterious roommate. He thought she was preoccupied, but clearly, she's been watching them. She's been building a dossier. She probably knows what they had for breakfast. It's so dangerous to underestimate a woman like Sheila, and yet Deacon keeps doing it. Why do you think he's so willing to give her the benefit of the doubt? Is it because he feels guilty for how things ended? This whole situation puts Steffy and Finn in huge danger. Think about it. If Taylor actually starts whispering in Finn's ear that maybe his mom has changed, it's going to cause a massive rift between him and Steffy. We already know Finn has a bit of a soft spot for his biological mother. He wants to believe in her. If Taylor, a respected doctor, gives him permission to feel that way, it's game over for Steffy's peace of mind. Sheila is basically playing 4D chess, while everyone else is playing checkers. She's not just looking for a visit, she's looking to reclaim her spot in the Forrester dynasty. And let's not forget the other drama going on at the same time. While this is happening in the office, Steffy is over at Spencer Publications making some pretty wild offers to Hope. It's like everyone is making deals with their enemies this week. Steffy wants Hope to come back to work and relaunch her line. It's a complete 180 from where she was just a few days ago. Is she doing it to keep Hope close, or is she actually trying to be the bigger person? It feels like the air in Los Angeles is just thick with tension right now. Everyone is looking over their shoulder, and for good reason. But back to the office showdown. Sheila's presence in that room changed everything. That bubble of bliss didn't just pop, it turned into a pressure cooker. Sheila is demanding friendship, but we know what Sheila's friendship looks like. It usually involves secrets, manipulation, and eventually a hospital visit. She told Taylor that she's a changed woman. But is she? She's still the woman who swapped babies in the 90s. She's still the woman who shot Stephanie. She's still the woman who kidnapped James Warwick and kept him in a basement. You don't just change away from that kind of history.
I want to know what you would do if you were Taylor. Would you tell Sheila to get lost and risk the divorce never happening? Or would you try to play along to keep her calm? It's an impossible choice. If Taylor says no, Sheila stays married to Deacon and probably gets more aggressive. If Taylor says yes, she's letting a wolf into the nursery. It's a classic soap opera trap, and Taylor walked right into it. The funny thing is, Taylor is supposed to be the psychiatrist. She's the one who should see the signs of a master manipulator. But her own feelings for Deacon are blinding her. It's like she's forgotten everything she ever learned in medical school just because she wants to hold hands with a guy who used to be a janitor. What do you think Sheila's next move is? She said she wants 2 days a month. Do you think she'll stop there? Or is this just the beginning of a much bigger plan to take over the Forrester family again? She mentioned that her blood is running through little Hayes's veins, and there's absolutely nothing the Forresters can do to change that. That is such a chilling thought. She sees that baby as her property, her legacy. And now she has Taylor Hayes, the grandmother, potentially on her side. If you're Steffy, how do you even sleep at night knowing this is going on? Let's look at the Team Sheila versus Team Taylor debate for a minute. Some fans are actually rooting for Sheila. They think she was treated unfairly by Deacon, and that Taylor is the one who stole him. They see Sheila as the underdog who just wants to love her family. Do you buy that? Or are you firmly on Team Taylor, thinking she deserves some happiness after years of being Ridge's second choice? It's a wild debate because honestly, neither of them is exactly acting like a saint right now. Taylor is breaking her professional ethics and Sheila is Sheila. It's also interesting to think about the mysterious roommate Sheila mentioned. Some people think it might be Lee Nozawa, which would be a huge twist. Can you imagine those two living together? But whoever it is, they're helping Sheila stay under the radar while she plots her return. Sheila isn't just back. She's embedded. She has a job, she has a place to stay, and now she has a plan to get her grandson. This isn't the impulsive, gun-toting Sheila of the past. This is a cold, calculated version of her that might be even more dangerous. The way she handled that purse moment was just genius writing, wasn't it? She knew exactly what she was doing. She wanted to remind them of the fear she can inspire, but then she flipped it to make them look like the crazy ones. Oh, you thought I had a gun? I just have legal documents. It's gaslighting at its finest. She's making them doubt their own instincts. She's making them feel like they're the ones being unreasonable, even though she's the one who broke into a private office and made an ultimatum. I really feel for Steffy and Finn in all of this. They finally thought they were safe. They were moving on. And now, their own mother/mother-in-law is potentially opening the gate for the monster they just managed to lock away. If Sheila gets those 2 days a month, it's only a matter of time before something goes wrong. Monitored visits are only as good as the person doing the monitoring. And if that person is Taylor, who is already being manipulated by her love for Deacon, well, that's not exactly a secure situation, is it? What do you guys think about the prediction that Sheila is actually plotting to take Taylor out of the picture? The sources suggest that her calm is just a mask. She might be giving them a false sense of security so she can strike when they least expect it. If she gets rid of Taylor, she gets Deacon back and she's one step closer to Finn. It's a win-win for her. Do you think Sheila is capable of killing Taylor after all these years? They've had showdowns before, but this feels different. This feels personal. And what about Deacon? Is he going to stay loyal to Taylor when things get really messy? He's already defending Sheila a bit. That's a huge red flag. If he starts feeling sorry for his ex-wife, Taylor is going to find herself very lonely very fast. Deacon has a history of making bad choices when it comes to women, and Sheila is his ultimate bad choice. I wonder if he's secretly relieved that she hasn't signed those papers yet. Does he still have feelings for her? Or is he just terrified of what she'll do if he pushes her too hard? This whole storyline is just a masterclass in tension. It reminds us why Sheila Carter is the greatest villain in soap history. She doesn't need to be shooting people to be terrifying. She just needs to walk into a room and ask for a favor. That special request is like a ticking time bomb. Every second Taylor spends considering it, she's getting closer to an explosion that will tear her family apart. Can you imagine the conversation when Steffy finds out? Hey honey, I'm helping the woman who shot you get custody visits so my boyfriend can get a divorce. Yeah, that's going to go over well. I want to hear from you guys. Who do you think is the biggest villain in this specific scene? Is it Sheila for making the demand, or Taylor for even listening to it? And do you think Finn will eventually take his mother's side if Taylor starts advocating for her? This is getting so messy, and I am here for every single second of it. It's exactly the kind of soap opera gold that keeps us coming back day after day. Whether you're Team Sheila or Team Taylor, one thing is for sure. Nobody is walking away from this reunion unscathed. If you're enjoying these deep dives into all the drama, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be following this Sheila versus Taylor showdown very closely. There are so many moving parts right now, from the divorce papers to the monitored visits, to whatever Steffy is planning at Forrester. You don't want to miss a single update. I want to know your wildest theories. Who is the roommate? Will Sheila sign the papers? And most importantly, is Hayes safe? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and I love hearing what you guys think about these characters. Is Sheila actually a changed woman? Or are we all being played just as much as Taylor and Deacon are? It's a high-stakes game of who's more unhinged. And frankly, I think the referee has left the building. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next video to break down whatever crazy thing happens next in Los Angeles. Before I go, I have to ask one more thing. Do you think Ridge is going to get involved? You know he can't stay away when Taylor is in trouble. If he finds out Sheila is threatening her, it's going to be a whole other level of chaos. The Forresters and the Logans are already arguing over creative control at the fashion house, but a Sheila threat usually has a way of bringing everyone together, or blowing everything up. Which one do you think it'll be this time? Anyway, that's all for today's breakdown. Remember, in the world of the bold and the beautiful, a safe space is just a place Sheila hasn't found yet. Keep watching, stay alert, and don't ever trust a woman with a special request and an unsigned divorce document. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your fellow BMB fans. What a week, right? I honestly can't wait to see what happens on Thursday. See ya.